Bertie and the Lion.
Hi kids! So did you enjoy the last story of pets? I know you love your pets and your pets also love you. They show their love and trust in different ways. By the way, which is your favorite pet? A dog? A cat? A cow? Rats? Or lion? What about a lion? My next story is about a sweet boy Bertie and his cute pet. Do you want to see? Let's go. As an only child, Bertie grows up with his parents on a farmhouse far away on the South African veldt. He spends all his days safely behind the compound fence around the garden. From here, he would watch all the wild animals come to the water hole. One day, he sees a lioness with a white cub come to drink water. Then the news comes that the lioness has been killed. Bertie longs for the white cub to come back. One morning, a week or so later, Bertie was woken up by a sound of urgent neighing. He jumped out of bed and ran to the window. A herd of zebras was scattering away from the waterhole, chased by a couple of hyenas. Then he saw 3 more hyenas staring with eyes fixed at the waterhole. It was only then that Bertie saw the lion cub. He was covered in mud and was waving a little paw at them in defense. The hyenas were closing in on him. Bertie was down in a flash, leaping off the veranda and racing barefoot across the compound. He ran out in the open grassland, yelling at the top of his voice to frighten the hyenas away from the cub. Bertie picked up some pebbles to throw at them. They ran off, but not too far. Then he was at the waterhole, standing between the lion cub and the hyenas, shouting and screaming, waving his arms trying to chase them away. But soon, they began to circle again, closer and closer. That was when the shot rang out. The hyenas turned and bolted. As Bertie turned, he saw his mother in a nightgown, a gun in her hand, running towards him. He had never seen her run before. Between them, they gathered up the cub and brought him home. As soon as they had given him some warm milk to drink, they dunked him in the bath to wash him. As the first mud came off, Bertie saw that he was white underneath. He cried triumphantly.
You see? He is white. He is. I had told you earlier, didn't I? He is my white lion and he is mine.
And Bertie did a little war dance around the room. They fed him some more milk. After he had drunk quite a lot, he slept. He was still asleep when Bertie's father got back home for lunch. While they ate, they told him all that had happened. Bertie said,
Please, father, I want to keep him.
And so do I.
His mother said firmly. Bertie's father looked at them, then said,
We'll talk about it later.
And he left for work. That night, Bertie could hear his parents arguing. Father was saying,
He'll grow up, you know. You can't keep a grown-up lion. You know that.
Mother pleaded,
You can't expect us to put him in the jungle. He'll be killed in no time. Besides, he'll be a companion for Bertie. Please let us keep him.
There was silence after that. Then Bertie heard his father speak.
All right then, you both can keep your lion.
So the white lion cub came to live with them in the farmhouse. He slept at the end of Bertie's bed. Wherever Bertie went, the chubby little cub followed. He became his little shadow. They were never apart. It was Bertie who saw to the feeding. Milk 4 times a day. As he grew older, he was given meat whenever he wanted it, and he grew fast. For the first time in his life, Bertie was totally happy. The lion cub was all the brothers and sisters he could ever want, all the friends he could ever need. The two of them would sit side by side on the sofa out on the veranda and watch the great red sun go down over Africa. And Bertie would read him all his storybooks. He would also promise him that he would never let him end up in a zoo behind bars. The lion cub would look up at him with big, round, trusting eyes. Watching the two of them, Mother was equally happy. The days were filled with love and laughter.